Hi, my name is Catherine Foley. I am the opinion editor for The Hoya, and I'm sitting here with Sydney Schauer, one of our columnists who appears every other Tuesday. Her column is called It's Tradition. So, Sydney, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired your column?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sydney, as Catherine has said. I am from Corpus Christi, Texas. I am a junior here in the college. I'm an American Studies major, which is gives me a little bit of an inroad with my obsession with history, and kind of goes towards my column. So the name of the column, It's Tradition, actually came, it was this summer, I was sitting with my roommate and was talking about, I want to write something, but I don't know what to write about, and we were kind of just like, well, what do you like to do? What do you find really interesting? And I was wearing our homecoming T-shirt from last year, actually. Okay. So that's a wonderful blue shirt that I love. And on the back, all it says on the back is "It's Tradition." And I don't remember if she was like reading the back of my shirt or said something or what, but she just like, what does this mean? It's tradition. And I was like, oh my gosh, there we go. So that was my column.
Very cool, very cool. Now, in the columns that you've written so far, you've explored some of Georgetown's traditions that a lot of students, including myself, don't know the meaning behind. So, I mean, where do you find this information? I know you're a tour guide for Blue and Gray, and what is your official title for that?
Tour coordinator.
Tour coordinator. Well, that's great. Now, where do you find some of the history for this? Because I would imagine some of it's a little bit obscure.
A little bit. I think a lot of it I've actually found in my tour guide manual, which is really nice to have around.
Okay.
Some of it too. There is a great website that I think it's the Alumni Association has. I think it's the Alumni Association that has a lot of stuff about traditions. And so just like doing a little bit of research, just checking in, just kind of even Googling things, I think has been really an interesting way to think about other things. A lot of the stuff that I do is kind of just talk about what the tradition, where a tradition just in general starts. So like the idea of sitting in, Father Carroll's lap, which is the one we did last week. Where does that start? What does it mean to sit in someone's lap? And kind of put meaning to that. And then how did that tradition really come to Georgetown and shape what we do as students?
Very cool, very cool. What's something that you hope readers get out of your column?
I hope that people learn a little bit more about history, a little bit more about why they're doing what they're doing. Like I said, I love to watch people like walk around the seal and try really hard to climb up in John Carroll's lap. So I like to think that like people now know like, oh, like this is why this happens. I actually had somebody last week request that I write about the seal next time. Like, I want to know where that came from. I want to know what happened. So I think I like looking at things that we do every day and kind of trying a little bit to explain, why we do what we do.
Well, I think it also increases the school spirit if you know why you're avoiding the seal or why you feel the urge to swim in the fountain.
Yeah. And I think it kind of connects you a little bit more, especially on homecoming weekend. I was looking around. It connects you a little bit more to the people that were here before you. So it's not like you're just at Georgetown with, the 5,000, 6,000 other people that are here with you right now. You're also part of this community that is, way longer and broader than you are. So.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. And then this is something I like to ask all columnists, but where do you in particular end up writing? Do you have a special place, a special area? Or is it just kind of whenever the mood strikes you?
It's kind of been wherever like the mood has struck me. But I generally like to start wherever I think I'll be walking by something, like walking by the statue or walking, like I see Jack or something, and so that's what I've done so far is I'll be walking by something and I'll just kind of stop for a second and I'll come up with either the end. It's really funny. Sometimes I think I come up with the very end first, and then I work back, so I'll come up with something right in front of wherever I am, and then that's what kind of inspires me to write the rest of it.
Very cool, very cool. Well, is there anything else you want to convey to readers?
I don't think so. I hope that everybody is enjoying it as much as I am. I'm having a great time writing it.
That's great.
Yeah, and go out and do them. And if you have anything that you specifically want to learn more about, tell me. I'd love to have some more ideas of what people really want to hear. So.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Sydney.
Thank you.